wolltest immer schon einmal wissen, was in Gemeinschaften anders läuft und warum immer mehr Menschen in ein Ökodorf oder eine Kommune ziehen möchten? Dann bist du hier genau richtig. Mein Name ist Steffen Emrich und in meinem neuen Podcast Was mit Gemeinschaft möchte ich dich mitnehmen auf meine Reise durch die Welt der Gemeinschaften. In diesem ersten Podcast spreche ich heute mit Maksim Zaleveski. Maksim ist nicht nur Vorstandsmitglied von Gen Ukraine, sondern einer der Aktivisten der ersten Stunde. Er wird uns berichten, was die Green Road ist und wie die Menschen in den Gemeinschaften bereits nach kurzer Zeit angefangen haben, Flüchtlinge innerhalb der Ukraine zu helfen. Aber auch darüber, warum Gewächshäuser und die Arbeit auf dem Acker wichtig für die Psyche ist und was Gen Ukraine, was die Menschen aus der Permakulturbewegung in der Ukraine auch sonst noch alles vorhaben. Das Gespräch habe ich in Englisch aufgezeichnet und am 25. März 2022 geführt. Wenn ihr mehr wissen wollt über die Arbeit von Gen, dem Global Eco-Village Network und spezifisch von der Arbeit auch von Gen Ukraine und wie ihr diese wichtige Arbeit unterstützen könnt, dann besucht auch die Webseite von Gen www.gen-europe.org. Alle weiteren Infos findet ihr auch in den Shownotes. Hello out there. I'm very happy today that I have the opportunity to speak to Maksim. Maksim is one of the board members of Gen Ukraine. And I think, Maksim, we met first time in Italy, as far as I remember, at a Gen Europe gathering. It's like, It seems like a long time ago. It was way before COVID and we still could meet. And last time when we met was a Gen Europe General Assembly in Hungary. Not so long ago. It was still peaceful time. It was November 2021. We were hanging out together, but now the situation has totally changed. You're still in Ukraine, and I'm very happy that you found some time to talk to me. But before we start, just a few words about Maksim. Well, actually, I mostly know him from work in and within Gen, but he's one of the board members of Gen Ukraine, and he has a rather unusual career, I would say, in the eco-village movement, coming from an IT background, working in fintech, blockchain project, internet marketing. You just told me there was a point in your life when you had to change your life. Can you tell me a little bit more about it? And how did it happen that you ended up after being in this like entrepreneurship kind of startup movement that you end up in eco-villages?
Yeah, I think that it was a way because in one time I was burning up in a startup industry, and I wanted to looking for a new maybe slow life, and I was connecting with eco-activist movement and create a green school in Ukraine. It is green. It is a school for as lectorium for eco-activists. And after I was looking for eco-villages and wanted to connect with different eco-village movement and in different countries. And I started meet with the Global Eco-Village Network with Robert Hall. And after I meet Estonia Eco-Village big gathering in summer and connect with leaders of Eco-Village movement in Europe. And after we starting, it was 4 years ago, we start to build our national network in Ukraine.
And now you're member of the board of the Gen Ukraine network.
Yeah.
How many eco-villages are part of the Gen Ukraine network?
We have about 40 different eco-villages, but in network we have maybe 25 eco-villages is a member of now our network, full members, and now they are very active. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's already quite a big national movement, considered to many other parts in Europe where we have much lower numbers in membership. That's really great what you're doing there. But now in the last couple of weeks, life has changed. There is a war in Ukraine, And I think for most of us, we can't really understand how life can go on now in Ukraine. How does a normal work day or a normal day looks like for you right now? What are you doing all day?
All our eco-activists movement in Ukraine now stay as volunteering movement because we working with helping of refugees in Ukraine because it's a lot of people. We tell about millions of people, and it's a big movement of volunteer organization because we help people and we're looking for everything what they need as humanitarian things and as villages, shelter, everything for save them and help them in Ukraine and Europe, yes.
How does it look like concrete? I mean, how can you help people when you're in such a situation? What can you offer?
Now we reuse our eco villages as shelters for refugees. Maybe I don't know, but it's not big for a lot of people, but for families as account as we have helps. Yes.
Yeah, I heard you had something like 800 people already who could stay overnight in eco villages. So actually, you're offering quite a lot of place to refugees, internally displaced people in the moment.
Yeah, we in first days we was shocked with a war, and we have a call and a few calls of our eco village networks and thinking about what we can do and how we can help. And in one day, I say that it's good idea to make a map of our eco villages and maybe connect with eco village network in Europe and connect all villages in Europe to help us, because I understand our team understands that people move to the West and we should help them in this way, because people moving sometimes it was big logistic problem and people walking sometimes through the road, and we help them in the road to look or search or find house for the night or for the some days for living or maybe long time. And it's real help, because this map now for statistic is about 155,000 views of this map, and we have about 60 location, and yes, maybe around 1,000 people that we help.
Okay. As far as I remember, this map was online just like 3 or 4 days after the war started, and it's growing. So I got you right. There are already 60 locations inside Ukraine where people could stay, at least for one night, but sometimes also longer. As far as I know, some people they want to stay in Ukraine and they plan staying also in eco village for a longer time. So you're also preparing like to host them for maybe months. And then there's lots of locations in other Western countries, including Poland, where people can stay, where they can arrive, mainly people from eco villages and permaculture movements and others. But as far as I know, the whole movement is not obviously also helping everybody who's in need. So it's not restricted. But that's quite a success, more than 150,000 clicks and a lot of people who actually can use this opportunity. That's really fantastic. So how is the situation in the hosting community? Like if you're in a community in Ukraine and you're probably living there with 30 people, now there's a breakout of war and many people arrive. How can they handle that in this difficult situation?
It's not simple, but we every day we connect with them and looking for things what they need, and sometimes it's we speak about maybe shoes or mattresses or blanket or medicines or food, And sometimes we look it not only in Ukraine or in Moldova or in Poland or Romania and neighbor countries, because sometimes it's not simple to find. And yes, of course, Danish community help us a lot for humanitarian big track. It start to moving now, and we moderate it all time, because it's not simple in different villages. It's different situation with infrastructure. Sometimes we need to looking for water pumps for give water to house, and we need to looking for a soul or to making or to looking for heaters or something else, because these weeks it was very freeze and
very cold. Yeah,
cold. Yes. Now it's better, because spring start in Ukraine, and we have plus 20 degrees. But it's the new situation, because people moving only with winter things, and now we're looking for things for them for heat season, and all time we have different tasks. And these tasks, and we should fix it, repair it, and every time it's new task, and we should do it very fast. Yeah.
Yeah. What impresses me when I see what you're doing is that you're so flexible. I know that already after a short time you started to use abandoned houses and to restore them, to organize some sort of a shelter for people. You already started to buy greenhouses to be prepared for food shortage, so to grow your own food in some of the eco-villages. Obviously, most eco-villages anyway, they produce their own food, but you try to increase this to help even more people. That's really amazing. Is there like one outstanding, can I say, success in such a situation, but one like best practice example where you think everything really works well, which you can share?
Yes, I think that now we speak about best practice to say that our people in our community is not refugees. It's part of our communities. And we wanted to add them to our community work and to our community life. And this step about these greenhouses, it's our way, because Ukraine, it's very agriculture country with very good grounds, plants, and of course we have now the time to grow food, and it's real big sustainable project for us to start grow food in all our communities and give them agriculture techniques for start working, and it helps not only to adapting people, and it helps for psychology and psychology traumatics, yes, because it helps people to
keep them busy or to make something useful.
Yeah,
I can imagine.
Yeah.
Wow, that's really great. Well, Ukraine is so close to Germany where I'm sitting, and on the other side it's so far. Is there anything we can do from Germany to support your work?
Yeah, I think that in a European country, and German people help us as donation. It's not so big money, but we don't need so big money. We need some money for help people, and sometimes donation from from Deutschland, Germany, it help us very much, because we can buy them what they need in this time, because we have big logistic problem, and sometimes money helps because our banking system working, and every plastic cards working, and we can send money online, and they can buy everything what they need. and it's a real help in our situation.
Yeah, I totally understand that. And whoever wants to donate some money to Gen Ukraine, you'll find the account number of Gen Europe account in the show notes, or just go to gen-europe.org, scroll down, and you find the donation button, so to say. And I know from experience that the Gen Ukraine is very specific in what they need. And it's not that we just send money. It's really money which is needed for certain goods to buy, for certain gadgets, which are really needed. And it's sometimes so much easier to buy it in the country and to support the country economy than to send it over the border, to collect used parts here and send it with trucks to Ukraine. As long as it's possible to buy it in Ukraine, money is so much easier to transport. Maxim, I thank you a lot. I thank you a lot for the work you are doing. In my understanding, you are doing this work for us. We are all Europeans. We all want to have peace in Europe. We can do what we can do here. And we know you're doing tremendous work currently in Ukraine with Gen Ukraine. And for me, I'm really happy and proud to be part of this network. And I think, we grow together, and we truly hope that you'll be safe as much as possible in this uncertain situation. And again, thanks very much for your work and for sharing your experiences.
Yeah, thank you, Stefan, for helping and for your work as focalizers and moderator of focalizers, because it's real help for understanding how work our Green Road in different countries. Yes. Thank you.
Thank you, Maxim. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
If you want to know more about the work of Gen, the Global Eco-Village Network, and specifically about the work of Gen Ukraine and how you can support this important work, please also visit our website www.gen-europe.org. All donations with the keyword Ukraine will go directly to Ukraine.
It's my maybe first English podcast. I don't know.
Ja, ich hoffe, es hat dir gefallen, und wenn du mehr über mich oder über meine Arbeit wissen möchtest, dann besuch gerne meine Website www.procorde.net. Sowohl diese Website als auch die Seiten von Gen Deutschland, Global Eco-Village Network Deutschland und Gen Europe verlinke ich in den Shownotes. Dann bis zum nächsten Mal. Ich freue mich auf dich.